made.
Who made that shit?
It rolls 2s and 3s.
Alright. So, before we get into the beliefs, I think it might help to do a recap. And I will provide the recap. If that is okay, if no one else wants to provide the recap.
Go for it, sir.
Okay. So we had called for help on a failed circles test, and dwarves, orcs, and men showed up, and there were problems, as we remember. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, last session we were all cooling down from everything, and we got to work on removing the treasure. Bardor, the dwarf, led a song where we established that everyone knows about Zig's behaviors. And then Rinthar, his father, the elder dwarf, runecasted for Sam and said his fate would lie in the woods, but that he would have to make a great sacrifice. And Titus actually went and spoke with Zig, but really got nothing out of him. He was kind of enigmatic. Then, after that, Sam the elf went to go recover his cache, and I think we can all remember the details from that. Zig sort of unfairly held his stash from him. And
Sort of. He did.
Yeah, apparently Zig wanted to fight. He wanted Sam to prove himself somehow, or he also tried to call Sam out for wanting to fight, but Sam didn't really want to fight. But in the end, it seems maybe Zig tricked him somehow, or whatever happened. He got what he wanted, and he stole Sam's heart. It's pretty epic.
Oh.
He stole Sam's heart and made him his slave. And he told him he can never speak of what happened or he would die. Also that his life force would be tied to Zig. Meaning that if Zig were to die, Sam would die as well. Hayes, did Sam pick up traits from that? If so, what traits?
Did pick up traits. These are the traits that Sam needs to write down.
French.
Whiptail.
Alrighty. Take it.
What is Whiptail?
He has a tail that is much like a whip. It's not a prehensile tail or a club tail, but it is used for surprise attacks and can be used as a whip.
But it's noticeable?
You don't know. He could have it coiled around his waist, whatever he wants to do with it.
Yeah, I'm also wearing a giant cloak.
He is wearing a giant cloak. Immortal. Numb.
So, immortal in the same sense that the elf is already immortal, or in a different sense? Like, what does the trait provide?
I think it's just a character trait. I was looking in the burning wheel, in the monster burner. I couldn't really find anything on it.
Okay.
But it's, I would say not in the sense of the regular elves.
Okay.
It would take something special.
Like an actual...
Like a spirit weapon or something.
Like a spirit weapon.
That's where I got my grayscale.
Yeah, to
grayscale mortal.
Yeah, to do the finishing blow. And numb lets you ignore up to 3 superficial wounds.
Jesus.
Wow. So, did you repeal any traits from Sam?
Let me see. Let me see your trait sheet, Brent.
Anybody want half of a burger?
A little crazy gets removed.
Got a good bit of ketchup on that thing.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's like I've already eaten probably like 3 tomatoes.
Yeah, just remove a little crazy.
What the fuck is this shit? Did you see this?
And put, well, what is that?
Hospitality, 2% hospitality they charge on tours.
What? That's what they do for having 2 orders.
What the fuck is that shit?
What is it?
And put bad shit down.
Subtotal tax and 2% hospitality.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
That's actually that shit crazy now.
Sam returned. Sam returned from the woods. Different from before, but we didn't really pick up on it. Rinthar, we asked him to lay hands on the altar where the treasure was, and like read the stone, and he was thrown back away from it. The shaman spit on his face to wake him up. When Rinthar came to, he told us that he witnessed what happened there firsthand with the statues, and he basically said that the mad orc had stumbled upon a great power, tried to enslave the other races, that he and the 4 heroes, the other statues there, they were all like brothers, and the 4 heroes couldn't kill him. They didn't want to kill him because he was like a brother to them. So instead, they sacrificed their lives to seal him away, to put him to sleep and seal him away in stone. And Rinthar told us that the spirit of those heroes may still roam the land. He said he has heard tales, but he wouldn't know where to start, or even if it's possible to bring them back. Then finally, the shaman showed us what the blood could do by raising a little miniature golem, which Twinkles put in a knapsack in his bag, so he has a little pet rock.
Yeah.
And with that, some time passed. You know, we're carting the treasure out, and you know, that sort of leads us. Oh yeah, one important detail: Titus gave his insignia to Rinthar and said, "If you need anything, call the watch." And that's it, really.
Yeah, that is it. So now,
So that's kind of where we are.
yeah, let's move on to beliefs. Writing our beliefs. When you write,
So
I have- Go ahead, Shane.
I was going to say, one thing we've been getting wrong with beliefs is we've been writing beliefs that hang on to other characters. That are like, I will help whoever get what they want. You know? Or I will protect whoever, no matter the cost, or whatever, right? There needs to be a why to those. Otherwise, they shouldn't be there. You need to be writing personal goals about, like, maybe we could pick a central goal, and we all write one thing about that, but not piggybacking on someone else's thing that they want out of it. You know what I'm
There needs to
saying?
be some sort of gain for your character. Like you,
Yeah, I can understand.
the belief you're not going to do something just to do it. Like there's a reason why.
So they're not wanting like players to.
It's not like
together.
I'm going to help the dwarf kill this ancient dude so we can live happily ever after. It'd be like I want to kill him so I can get my share of the glory. I can get my notoriety from it.
Yeah. Because if you write, you can play your character in your head like you think he is all day, but if it's not in the beliefs, it doesn't matter. It's actually better to put it in the beliefs.
Like for instance,
Put it on the table for everybody.
I need to get rid of this.
this is one that me and Shane were talking about. How you said you want your character to have notoriety. You want him, like everybody, to know him. Put that in your beliefs, as in, you know, you can be like, look, because you're like, I don't want treasure. You know, I don't care about the treasure. I just want to put that in your beliefs. That's like a free relationship. So if we ever get into an issue or a problem and you've got favors from all these other people we've helped, you could be like, boom, I'm going to call, you know, my relationship in. I'm going to call this favor in, and that changes the dynamic. It just brings in all sorts of stuff. So,
Yeah, I need to get rid of my first one.
yeah, so you need to put that in your beliefs.
I don't know if I hit the second one or not.
What was your second one?
Second one is if I've had it for 2 game sessions, I will try to further my relations with the dwarves by showing I am trustworthy, brave, and honorable.
You can go ahead and rewrite that one. I mean, You can. Well, it's up to you. If you want to rewrite it, that's fine. If you want to keep it, that's fine too.
I need to change
What
it.
if-
I need to change all
If
of
it's
it.
not one person, it's the whole group.
Wait a minute.
Like I'm not driving towards one character, but towards the whole group. Like for this orc, like this orc poses a new threat. I must protect and aid my companions.
That's good. That's a personal, because it's about it's like it's not just what we're doing, but how. Like
I just wanted to make sure. You know what I mean?
like my angle would be, the orc poses a new threat. We need a great weapon to crush
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? But you're like,
I just
oh
want to keep us all alive. Try my
Yeah.
best to.
yeah. There's a reason behind it, right? That's why it's good. It's not just I'll keep my companions alive. Okay, great. Like, what does that mean? Why? It doesn't. So, I think,
I just wanted to make sure.
yeah, that's good. I think we should all pick one central goal that we each have to write a belief about, and maybe it needs to be the orc.
Well, I got mine on that one.
You have an orc belief.
Yeah.
I have two
Just
actually.
strip away the power. Make
It's
it
to strip
more.
his power, right? Yeah.
Well, I want to change my third one, and I want because I wanted to get Bardor's father's forgiveness. Instead, I want to gain a little bit of. I want to gain notoriety, and because your fathers are noble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy bullets?
Yeah, I want to gain notoriety amongst the dwarves, and maybe that'll make my name known a little bit. I'm just having probably wording it.
He's wanting to be like an ambassador for the orcs, is what he's wanting his character.
How about like that? I will be a great ambassador for the orcs. I will start by befriending the dwarves. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of like how you're wanting me to teach you proper etiquette and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so you
that's
can can
all right.
word that in there also if you want to.
That's
To
it.
make it even more challenging,
See, I
to
put
challenge your
etiquette
belief.
is skills learned skills.
I haven't talked to you yet.
Tried it.
Yeah. We have to have some downtime. Like,
I have to have 2 hours, and I have to roll to see if I can even teach you.
All right. Say
We'll
it
just
again.
say the downtime between, because we didn't do a session last week. We'll just say last week we can give a certain amount. We can do 2 weeks. Since we haven't played for 2 weeks, we'll just say, that's 2 weeks' time that could be spent teaching.
to clear the gold out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if there was 3 orcs,
Yes.
about 5 dwarfs, 4 of us, and a few humans who were guarding, something like 12 people.
What the?
For overall, and you're talking about olden times, all we have is carts and donkeys to move a whole football field's worth of gold.
Well, we can have a caravan of donkeys and carts.
I'm pretty sure after you cleared out 1/6 of that football field of gold, those 12 people would just be like, oh,
I must find a way to show.
I need to
It'll probably take I say it would take like a month.
it won't take that long.
You don't think so?
Didn't have anything else to do, nothing to
You don't know
distract them back
about
then.
dwarves and their greed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had nothing else to do back
I
then
think
except
my
for work.
beliefs are good.
Yeah, I think yours are good.
Could you say that belief how you did?
So it's like,
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm trying to think of a philosophy. Maybe like words are better than gold. I will be a great ambassador for the orcs.
Well, it is better. I don't want it.
Like some kind of saying, like a philosophy that as long as you're like choosing words over violence, or you know what I mean? Because it's like if you're in a session and you have something that says like words.
I don't want to choose words over violence. I am an orc. I want to be able to use words almost just as effectively.
Yeah. How about I will be a great ambassador for the orcs.
That's fine.
Now, how are you going to do it? Like, what's your first little step? Or you can say, I will always step up and take the lead in debates, or something like that. You know what I mean? It could be general, like I will always step up and take the lead in debates, or it could be I will I will start by befriending the dwarves.
I think I'm gonna do the start by befriending the orcs, and that way I can keep changing his belief little by little.
Yeah, so it's always about being an ambassador, but you always have another step.
Yeah, yeah.
Like working in. What that's going to do for you is it's going to give you kind of persona, and if you like for accomplishing it, but if you don't accomplish it and you tried, you're still going to get your fate, point for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So Shane, what do you think I should put for my belief then? For I got two of them down. Well, I can't think of a third one where what he was talking about the favor.
Which one? So what are your two beliefs?
I got rid of the one where I said I'd help you get your gold and then take it back to wherever you're going to take it, no matter what the cost.
Yeah.
It's like, if we got attacked, no matter what the cost, I would protect your gold.
Got it.
I think what he was saying is that, like, I can't... it seems like it's piggybacking, but...
Yeah. It is a little bit. A little bit. There needs to be a reason why.
Yeah.
And you can keep that belief as long as you have a reason in there for it. Like a saying of some kind, or some kind of, like, you know...
one of my character traits is royal favorite. I'm playing that as not just a human favorite, but trying to be every race's favorite.
Every royal, everybody noble.
Yeah.
How about, like, I seek the favor of all nobles. I will protect this son of Rinthar. You know?
That's a big belief, though. That means I'd have to... I can't really complete that until I die.
Well, you always get fate for, like, gunning for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't always have to be completed. Like, remember when we did the sword, and that the dwarf, he has this belief that's like, blood is forever once spilled. Like, I will always, you know, basically don't talk, or don't fight first, talk. Like, talk first, don't fight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that isn't something you can accomplish, but it's something you can always do. So that's like a fate machine, you know?
Yeah.
And it also gives you a cue for the character, like how to play the character. Right, like how he would feel in certain situations and stuff like that. So you can kind of play that more aggressively. Mine, like I'm switching it up this session. And I'm gonna say, we all have a belief about the orc, right? That's the central goal.
Yeah. I think I have a belief about him.
I do.
We should all write a belief about the orc, so that we're all on the same page with him. And then, like mine is, a small axe fells the big tree. The foe will be the doom of us all if we cannot match him with a great weapon. Right? So, like, I'm going to try to get a weapon. And I want to be the one responsible for the weapon, too.
Well, you have a pretty good weapon now, don't you?
I've got a great hammer, but we only know a little bit about it. Like, the wielder can use it, but I got a hunch that maybe there's some moon runes or something on it.
Oh, okay.
That we haven't been able to read yet, and maybe there will be a secret power that you can unlock.
I want to also try to get be the one to gather forces, because if he can create like minions and stuff, we're gonna need people to hold those off if we're the ones that fight them up front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to like rally the morale, like rally the people against the orc, like be the horn blower. You know what I mean?
I probably shouldn't do that, changing my belief until later on, when we actually get into town, when I can actually do it. Because the only people I can recruit right now is the orc and Zig. I've already did my speech to Zig.
Yeah.
He might not actually even care.
He could be the orc.
He probably is the orc.
That's why he disappeared.
Yep. How did he get out of that route before that? Nobody knows.
Interesting. You could write something about rallying people to our cause, like always doing that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, first and foremost, I will be the one to lead the effort in rallying people, in rallying advisors to our cause, you know?
I will make sure we are well equipped, be it manpower, armor, weapons, strength, valor,
Yeah.
morale.
Yeah. But the key there is I will lead the effort.
Yeah.
Like, I will be the one to always step up and make sure everything is taken care of it in regards to being well prepared. You know, like, we'll never be without.
We'll see. When we get to that point, we'll see.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
You know, the hungry do not fight their best. I will make sure everyone is
I've always had this.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna go with at first.
provided for.
I would probably have seen you naked sooner or later, bro.
Yeah, see, it fits all in the stock right there.
Like, my second belief in this section is rust should not simply be painted over. It must be cut away. I'll expose the liars and thieves among us.
Say that one more time.
Rust should not be simply cut away. Rust should not be simply painted over. It must be cut away. I'll expose the thieves and liars among us.
You mean like what do you mean amongst like the people that are like
Amongst-
moving forward and everything?
Yeah, I left it purposefully vague so that no matter what situation we're in, I will always be untrustworthy of everyone there and try to oust the liar.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Whose belief is that? Is that yours, Shane?
That's my new belief.
Okay.
But we're just crafting beliefs now. We'll all recap it.
Once we get them all done, we'll read them all again.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, I mean, it helps to just turn to the book sometimes and just read.
Alright.
So,
On.
a belief is three things. A belief is three things. It is characterization. It is a goal and an indication of how you want to be so it's characterization, that's one. It's a goal, that's two. And three, it's an indication of how you want to be rewarded for playing your character. So there should be a little character to it, like try to fit in like a little bit of yourself, you know? So like for the orc, we're good with you because it's like he wants to be more civilized and show that the orcs can.
Oh, I got that.
So that you've got that character in there. So every time you step up to the plate, you're not like growling and hissing. You're like, you know, pardon me, my lord. Like, you know, right? You're kind of trying to play the ambassador, the advisor.
Yeah, I get that. I think I'm good. Oh, did you want me to read them all? I'm just glad you didn't hit the sword part. Thank God.
Just to throw up everywhere.
So here's something that helps, right? If you have types of starting beliefs. If you have a secret about your character, make a belief about it. It seems counterintuitive, but in order to make a secret work in this game, you have to tell everyone about it. If you have an object or artifact that is very important to your character, write a belief about it. I think we each have one of those, really.
Well, now I do. I have a little rock monster, but that probably just come later.
Yeah.
He's actually friendly towards me. Let's see if that'll happen.
Yeah, you could write a belief about, you know, discovering the secret of the blood and using it to your advantage.
Well, the one I wrote for the blood thing is the blood orc power is impressive, but it would be more impressive in my hands.
Yeah.
That's the one I got about the blood. So I think that might involve learning about it, but I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's not up to us.
It's all about.
You know, yeah, and Hayes is ready to pull you through that and make you feel that process.
I got this.
Why can't I
You
find
make
it?
tough decisions about it, you know?
I'll
Tail.
play it. Coming
No,
up.
my Song of Lamentation. I want to make sure that it was.
It's in the Elven chapter.
It isn't though.
It ought to be.
If there's an NPC who's important to you, write a belief about him or her. If you're interested in or care about another character, not a player, write a belief about him or her. If there's something your character wants to learn or gain, write a belief about it. If you have a philosophy for your character, write a belief about it. Right? Sticks and stones break my bone. Words can never hurt me.
Is
You know?
that in the book?
No, but it's like,
Planet.
yeah, but it's always like a good metaphor helps, right? Like two
Yeah.
birds with one stone, or like mine is rust, right? Like rust needs to be cut away. It can't be just painted over. And I'm a craftsman, so it's like
It makes perfect sense.
kind of an obvious thing for me.
Cryptic metaphor.
Cryptic metaphor.
The raven.
So
For the blood.
So it says when you know,
God. Damn right. Damn.
What was that up for? I can't
you
remember.
know, you can write what you care about, you can write what you hate, you can write what you want to change in the world. Like if there's a balance you want to offset.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
As long as we don't have broad statements, I think we'll still get a good
I
session.
can't find these. They don't exist.
And the more colorful, the better. Anyway, as long as we have a central goal
50.
that ties us together, we're good. Because we don't want to have like 4 side quests here, you know? We want to make it as easy as possible for Hayes to align people's beliefs so that he can hit everybody in
Yeah, around the same time.
one scene, you know? It's good to have these offshoots because it
Yeah, we don't have to just be doing. You're not really railroading anything if you have offshoots. That way you can. Hey, we're doing this quest. Oh, we don't have any leads, so let's go do something else for a little while, and then maybe we'll do something else.
in fact, Hayes can't railroad us. Like, we drive things, you know? He just has to come up with these walls. He could, really. He could just set, like, ob 8s for everything and just have us fail and take us where he wants us to go, but, you know, why do that, right? That's not what we're here for. We're here to make, like, personal decisions that, like, that's what's interesting, you know, about making decisions. You know? Tough decisions, right? Like, that's what gets your brain working.
Hey Shane.
So,
Song of Lamentation.
Mhm.
I can't find it in the book anywhere.
Elven. Check under Elven.
I
Like
did.
the back of Elven.
I did. It's not in there. Unless I missed it.
so it's called Song of Lamentation, right? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even see it in the index.
Which life path?
I don't know.
Who?
That was the flute that Hayes gave me. Was the flute of Lamentation.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm just going to turn to the elf chapter and look up the myths.
Oh, weird pen.
Yeah.
So there's if you look at lament on page 147, there's some laments here.
Yeah, I was looking at that, but I didn't know how to play that out because that's.
So if Hayes is just giving you a lament, maybe you can pick the lament you want. Lament of Mourning looks like a good one. Lament of Mourning is sung to remember both the tragedies and boons of ages past.
What page?
Obstacle times 200.
Page 147. Yeah, so the actions, it's like whatever the obstacle is, multiplied by 200. So if it's 4, then it's like 800. It takes 800 actions to do the song.
Jesus.
Essentially, it's telling you, look, you've got to go somewhere private, or, you know.
Right.
Like, you can't use them in battle. Is basically the way I look at it is. It's like that for a reason because it's something complicated, and
Yeah.
you're right. You're going to need to be by yourself, or you're going to need to have, just nothing can be going on around you.
Give me your nickname for me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ridiculous.
I'm getting updates here on the page, so I'm just going to try to keep up with this.
Planet of Stars. I remember both the tragedies.
So, is that all we're doing? Or are we just going to read the beliefs off?
Yeah, and then we're going to read them all so I can get them all down, and then we'll go.
Has everybody got their beliefs?
I'm good.
Give me a second, I'm just answering.
Please go see the book.
Okay. Damn,
Pretty bad.
yeah, it's not that bad a song, though. I just like how he says party. Like, party, party.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Incorrectly?
make it the
Is that
Land
what-
of Stars.
Is that what makes it?
It sounds cool. Are you gonna be like, twinkle, twinkle?
No, it's a flute. I don't sing this.
Well, there's a guy who can beatbox and play flute at the same time, and you're an elf, so I think you can sing and play flute at the same time.
No. Help me with my homesickness.
Okay, so,
Oh, excuse me.
interesting.
I was wondering if it was like under 40.
Yeah, I want to dig into the rules this time, like really try to fit things into the mechanics. Okay, yes. How's everybody doing with their beliefs? Are we all
I'm good on mine.
kind of ready to go here?
All right, Shane, go ahead and read yours off.
Okay, yeah, okay. A small axe fells a big tree. The foe will be the doom of us all if we cannot match him with a great weapon.
I am your weapon, sir.
Belief 2. Rust should not simply be painted over. It must be cut away. I'll be sure there are no enemies, thieves, and liars among us.
That's the last one?
No, that was my second belief.
Come on, James.
I didn't.
And then I have 2 oaths.
You don't even have to write. You
The
just
first oath is, I swore to Zig and my companions to outfit them in my finest gear, sparing no expense.
All right.
And my fourth oath is, or my second oath, my fourth belief is, I swore to my father I'd build my own workshop. Oh, hey, can you cushion under the mic? I'm getting a lot of, like, tapping. Just put a book or something.
Put your book.
I'll book you. Book you in the face.
Book you, yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna hook you in the duker.
Yeah. Is that better?
No. You might need to put a book and the pad or something.
I'll pad you.
It just sounds like you're constantly tapping on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like when you test the mic by tapping on it. That's better. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, all anybody was doing was everybody was just writing.
That's
That's all that was happening.
As people was writing. Kind of like how you were playing your Renaissance fair over there, like they were in your house.
trying Turn the camera a little bit to the right if you can, too. I want to see the GM's face.
Oh, thank God. He doesn't want to see me anymore.
Oh, he'll still see you.
I need to find an old speaker. Is what I need to find.
Yeah.
Because what you can do with the actual speaker capsules, you can turn them upside down and sit that mic into it, and it's it acts as like a buffer.
Yeah. It's still a little bit more to the right, Hayes. Sorry. You had it right. There we go. Nice. Yeah, it's a little bit better. It's not perfect, but we'll solve that problem at some point. Okay. So, So last one, I swore to my father I'd build my own workshop.
Yeah. All right, James.
Okay. First belief is the Blood Orc's power is impressive, but it would be even more impressive in my hands. Then my second one is the one I had like from the beginning. It was to educate myself in the ways of etiquette, so I will engage in every parlay with the silver races. I'll have to restrain my cannibalistic tendencies.
All right.
And then the last one is I'll be a great ambassador for the orcs, and I will be I will start by befriending the dwarves.
All right.
That's all mine.
All right, so starting with Sam's first one. This orc poses a new threat. I must protect and aid my companions. Just driving one. I must find a way to show my master that I am loyal and a trustworthy servant. Is a new one that I have. I will use my tracking skills to locate this deadly orc and assist in ending this one way or another. As my third belief.
Oh, man.
That'll be rewritten eventually.
That sounds pretty good.
I have sworn an oath to my master Zig. I will do as he commands, no matter the circumstances. Protect and serve. Speaking of this means certain death.
Secret belief.
That's basically like my fourth belief as an oath.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Rodin's loyalty, like prophet loyalty.
Okay, for mine I got, I will lead the effort in making sure we are well equipped in fighting our new foe, such as no man goes hungry. We'll have adequate forces if when need be. I'll always try to make the extra effort into making sure we're well equipped. Okay, for the second one I would try to further my relations with the dwarfs by showing I am trustworthy, brave, and honorable, so my reputation grows. And for the third one, I have find out more about the blind orc. Perhaps my mentor knows. I just also thought of, I don't know how to work this in, but this orc can't be that tough if he ran from me from battle. Is how I want my character to see this. He fled from me and my comrades. There has to be a weakness.
So you want to find
Yeah.
the weakness that you got another belief down there. If you want to, I guess you could work that into your mentor one.
Yeah. But those are my three.
I like it.
All right. So that's it.
Sweet burgers.
Sweet baby Jesus.
No, we're doing this all day. Follow all day.
All right, I gotta relieve
All day.
You gonna do what?
That would pee.
Yeah, he was.
I think he said pee.
I got to flee.
I got to flee from the table.
I must flee. Oh, today is Saturday.
Your Saturday.
That's gonna be my new belief.
Oh yeah, I can't skate back too far because this
I
thing
must
keeps
flee
popping
from
out.
every deadly situation, leaving everyone behind. Fuck them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FTA.
I'm just gonna be looking around like, why is everybody so well equipped now? I'm just gonna look at James. He's like basically naked. You got a helmet on. Yeah, he's wearing a helmet. He's just naked.
Top of the morning.
Hey, Lord Ambassador. Why are you letting your junk just swing everywhere?
I have a loincloth.
There you go. It got ripped off.
Yeah, dude.
I had to use that to bandage your scar on your cheek.
No.
So he's got to walk around smelling balls all day.
Yep. I used your loincloth that you were
I'm
wearing.
an orc ambassador.
So yeah,
I might only have a loincloth, but it's clean.
it smells like oil.
Hey, Hayes, you want to roll a die of fate and see if anyone who's
I'm not
moving
gonna smell
gold
and see.
got injured a little bit so I can test on my field goal?
God damn.
We're gonna get injured, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Well, I have to rely on us getting hurt 6 times in order for me to
That'll
learn
happen.
field dressing. Just to let you know.
Well, hopefully you never learn field dressing.
I get the feeling that once we get to the 5th one, somebody's just going to die. I'm like, I can't fix that. But lay a bandage on your head.
You still get it for
Attempting?
yeah.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're successful. or not.
That dead body.
Right.
Let me check.
If somebody was dying, I'd
It doesn't
roll
matter if you're
fate and all
successful or
6
not if the person dies.
So-
I mean,
Who cares? This is not field dressing.
Deer's hurt.
Okay.
I've used it once on James.
Set the scene. Oh, we didn't do our practice, our downtime.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Etiquette.
Do some bookkeeping. So turn to the let's go by the book.
I don't know which one to use. There's mentoring, there's training.
I learned a new skill.
So 2 weeks is not much time, really, according to the book. Let's see. So, practice. In Burning Wheel, characters can undertake a practice regimen to polish their skills. This aids characters in advancing their skills. Practice helps fill the gaps in a character's active experience. The drawback to practice is that it requires substantial in-game time investment. Okay. So, you gotta pick some skills that you want to learn. Let's see. Let's figure out how the time breaks down.
Pass an instruction.
Systems in many forms. Exercising. I'm on page 48.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Penalty for the type of skill.
You go get yours.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Oh, I did it when I small. Other skills. Types do not care. You get a 1-off, and then
And I can't teach you past 1.
so it's a routine test to pass for instruction skill. The test is failed, then the time spent within the instructor merely counts as practice for the
I
memory
really
of the
believe you're
student
not teaching me
who's at
because
the
remember I
test
gave you that
area,
salad.
or the instructors.
That could just be a note, like an oath that I made to myself since you gave me that
call.
saddle. It's not really a belief.
Learning from
Wouldn't you
the
agree,
other.
Gates?
Yeah.
Character may only be
God,
3 times as well.
he's got a good breakdown for it too.
The most you can practice in a day is 20 hours.
And I think there's a little chart that shows you how long.
The time for each instruction test is days equal to 10 minus the instructor's will plus 10 minus the student's will
That's ridiculous.
plus
right
the
there.
obstacle of the test. That means you do like a level 1.
I can only do level 1 because that's all I have. Is in read and write.
Well, you could open up instruction, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a skill.
Good deal. Advancement in brief. No. Learning new skills. To learn new skills, a player must take a number of tests equal to the aptitude of the skill. Aptitudes are 10 minus the root. You know that.
What's instruction go off of?
Yeah. So
I have to see if I can teach you first.
okay.
I don't think you can.
So, Hayes, about how much time every day do you think we spent just hauling?
Instruction is using the instruction skills will. Is what instruction is.
Well, yeah.
So I need to do it
I would
5 times.
say you guys have spent at least 12 hours a day
Hauling gold?
hauling gold.
Okay, so we can fill the downtime with practice. Now,
4 hours, right?
Here's the maximum amount of time you can practice in a given day is 3 times your will exponent. Okay?
12 hours.
24 minus 12 is 12, right? So that gives us 12 hours. We got to sleep sometime. Okay? So if you're sleeping only 4 hours a night for 2 weeks, the GM can call for a 4th test. So don't be greedy. Like, that you're exhausted. So how about
Well,
you?
really, you guys, you can't practice more than Brad is instructing you. So
Yeah, but my will is lower than his, I think.
really, it depends on how long Brad has practiced. That's your.
Time for each instruction test is days equal to 10 minus the instructor's will plus 10 minus the student's will plus the obstacle of the test. The instructor can offer his student obstacles for a test equal to or less than his skill. The instructor with the will be 5 can teach a student with a will be 4, 6 days, 1 test, 11 days, plus days equal to the obstacle of the test. If,
Is he speaking English?
Yeah.
yeah,
So far, I've calculated 16 days is how long it would take.
yeah.
I couldn't pay attention.
It takes a really long time for you to instruct us on anything. Like, we would be sitting here for a week.
That's why it's almost better for you just to learn it by yourself. It would take you half the time. I don't understand instructing in this game.
Okay.
Because instructing is like free actions that are going on behind the scenes.
Do they have to make tests?
Yes.
Or is it just me making a test and they learn it? That's the only benefit I can see.
Students don't roll in this process. They accept instruction, either note the test for
so you got a
advanced.
test.
Yeah, so I said they learn it. That's,
Damn.
that's the only way I could see it being
Yeah.
beneficial.
Students
That's the way it
don't
works.
roll in this process. It literally says test me right here. Students don't roll.
Yeah.
You're doing all the work, huh?
That's what you guys want to do.
If you fail in your instruction test,
It's plus 1 op on the next one.
he gets to pick who gets the hop. It's
Ah.
either us or it's you.
Okay. Oh, my stomach.
It's the GM's discretion is what it says.
All right, so let's test with your 1 die. What are we rolling against? What are we trying to?
That is add an ob 1 to start, and it's a routine test, so it's ob 2. That's the way I'm reading this. To begin the process, the instructor must pass the instruction skill test. The obstacle for the instruction test depends on the level of the test the instructor wishes to give to the student. 1 for a routine test, 2 for the difficult test, 3 for a challenging test. Add a penalty for the type of skill. 2 ob for military and medicine, 3 ob for sorcery and special, 1 ob for artist and schools of thought. I would say it's a school of thought.
Nah.
Reading and writing? I would say that's a school of thought. That's me. It's up to you if the
What
test
do you
has
think,
failed,
Shane?
all that good stuff.
Wait, what is the category here?
Artist and the school of thoughts is the other one I could see this slipping into.
Where's the list of that?
51, learning from another, starts on 50.
Okay, but where do you see like the different categories?
Which one do you want to learn first? Jay?
That's instruction
Etiquette, read,
obstacles.
or write.
To begin the process,
Probably
blah, blah,
writing
blah, and then
would be the
it
best
lists a
bet,
couple
right?
for obs. I mean, it does say other skills do not carry a penalty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a school of thought because reading and writing are just a skill. It's not. It doesn't require any critical faculties.
Yeah. So
Like-
other skills types
yeah.
don't.
You're not judging anything or creating anything. It's really just it's a skill. It's academic, but that's that you don't add obstacles for it being academic.
Right.
I was thinking too much in school thought.
Yeah. Just reading and writing.
So we'll just say it's an ob 1.
Okay. Well, I want to say since I'm
Learn me.
teaching him
Learn me stuff.
reading first, I'm going to go ahead and write down a bunch of stuff to make it easier on him by using materials in my traveling gear. And I'm going to prepare myself beforehand to teach him better.
There's no lobbying for advantage dice.
There's no lobbying for
No,
advantages?
because those
Okay.
are teaching tools that you gotta have anyway. So.
Okay. Oh,
Gotta
let's
have
see.
paper, gotta have pencil.
Let's see. I could verbally do it.
Yeah,
An L.
that's it. Next lesson. This
Welcome
course,
back.
this course is a 26-day long course. One letter a day.
You go learn.
So that's it.
Yep. After 26 days, I might put 2 together.
Yeah.
Alright, well, bam. I lied. Bam. Yeah.
You got a 6,
All day.
so he passed.
Don't forget you can spend ARDA on that. On the
Yeah, I know. But I'm just teaching.
Yep.
This ain't life or death.
Yeah. So
for death.
that means that everybody can write down what? What they write down their opening, read, and write.
If you want to pull them together, I was just doing read.
Oh,
because
just
that's
do
one
read
skill.
then, yeah.
Okay, would I put like skills being learned, read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so in instruction time, the time for each instruction test is days equal to 10 minus the instructor's will. What's your will?
4.
6.
4. So 6. It takes you 6 days.
Plus whatever James's will is.
So if we have 2 weeks,
6 days.
It's 3
6 days plus 7 days. It takes 13 days.
plus 10 minus. So it takes a week to earn that one. Okay, so that fills the time perfectly.
Yeah, 6 plus
Yeah.
3, right?
No,
So that'll work. It's fine.
it's 10 minus.
So what is that? 2 tests or 1 test?
Well, let's see.
Plus the obstacle of the test, so it's 14 days.
Test for advancement or for learning a new skill. So it's 1 test.
So
The odd one, so it's a routine test. So it goes towards opening the skill. Now, Hayes,
Yeah.
was it reading or writing?
It was reading.
Okay, so read.
Reading.
My aptitude
Don't lose that, please.
6.
But that's saying I only teach them once per session, right? That's only 2 hours, wasn't it?
No,
That took me
All that time is.
It eats up all of our free time for the 2 weeks.
we can't do anything but sit there in your classroom and move gold.
Yeah, it says it specifically here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sure, I'm glad you guys
All day, every day, instruction.
are
takes up
done
all the
reading.
character's
Now let's
free
move
time,
this
so
goal.
you may
So
not
they,
practice other skills during
No other practice.
So they unlocked reading. I got 1 routine check for reading.
They are opening reading. They have not unlocked it yet.
Yeah.
They're opening it.
So it takes 14 days for them to get 1 check mark in it.
They get 1 check mark as soon as they open it. Remember?
It's pretty generous, man.
They statted.
It takes a full-grown adult in modern society with all the tools, like 6 months to learn how to read basic English. So it's pretty good.
I still can't.
All right,
remember
so are we
Bro,
ready?
have to
Are
do
we
it like
ready to
5
go
more
now?
times, right?
No.
I'm ready and I'm excited.
All right, guys.
I'll show you.
All right.
Okay, so
Where's that chart?
we're pretty much, by this time we're finished moving the gold to the city.
No, we just got all the gold
We just
into
got
the
all the
carts.
gold into
Into carts. How many carts? Where are we? Set the scene.
All right, you guys are still in the cave. The carts have been moved into the opening of the cave because you remember there was that little crack in the wall that you've been having to carry the gold through. The dwarves have opened that up a little bit. It's a little bit wider. And you have been carting gold by hand from the gold piles through the crack in the wall to the carts. And you will say that there are... I'll say there are 10 carts.
10. Wow. Does that mean 10 mules or?
Yep.
Okay.
3 mules. Nah.
1 mule.
1 mule to pull it all.
And it's like on steroids and huge.
Yep. We just gotta get him started. He can't go downhill, guys.
Did Hayes tell you about the the mule and cart joke we came up with?
Oh no.
So there's this Mitchell and Webb thing that got linked on the forums the other day. It was like Angel Summoner and BMX Bandit. Have you seen that?
No, they haven't seen it. Hold on.
Oh man, you guys gotta see it. It's so good.
Hold on a second.
Anyway, after you see it, we'll explain where the mule.
Yeah,
I couldn't joke after it because you just have to watch it. I can't explain it to you.
Okay, Angel Summoner. The kidnappers are holding a hostage in that White House, but I've got a plan. Okay, BMX Bandit, let's hear it. I'm riding through that window using my BMX and spin my rear wheel, kicking some mud up into their faces. While they're distracted, I'll pop a wheelie, knocking the guns out of their hands. Then you go in and untie the girl. Right. Or I could just summon a horde of angels to sort it out. But then, how would I be using my BMX? You wouldn't need to. The angels will just take care of it. Oh, okay. We could do that if you want. Angelic hordes come forth!
Thank you, Angel Summoner.
Oh, and the BMX Bandit.
Whatever.
Okay, that's the boat with the cocaine on board. I'll ride to the end of the pier on my BMX, hook onto the crane, and swing on board, surprising the burly henchmen. Then I'll pop a wheelie and knock them overboard, and you can come in and grab the cartel leader.
Yeah, sounds good. Or we could just use the angels again. I could summon them, no problem.
Yeah, all right. Call the angels.
Shall we?
Fine, do it.
Right, you don't seem at all happy.
Well, we're supposed to be a partnership, but to be honest, I'm starting to feel a little bit overshadowed here.
Oh, right. Why is that?
Well, I think the thing is that your ability to summon a horde of celestial super beings at will is making my BMX skills look a bit redundant.
Yeah, well, but at the end of the day, it's all about results.
Well, yeah, but I'm quite good on my BMX.
I tell you what, we'll use the angels this time, but the next crisis we're involved in, we'll solve using BMX-based tactics. All right.
Yeah, okay. Go on, summon them.
Angelic hordes come forth!
This is a real TV show.
What was up with that person just now?
I could have done that.
All right, BMX Bandit, this is the situation. The terrorists have that building rigged to blow. They're ruthless, nervous, and very heavily armed, and there are at least 30 of them. I propose that you ride to the edge of this building hastily with your BMX and attempt to make the 70-meter jump across. When you land, assuming you haven't fallen short and been dashed on the pavement, you pop a wheelie or do an endo or perform whatever BMX trick you think most suitable for disarming a group of fanatics with assault weapons. You stay here and watch.
Yeah, you see, this is one situation where maybe it'd be more sensible just to summon some angels.
No, a promise is a promise. We're going to do this your way. Come on, this is well within your abilities. You're the BMX Bandit.
You're right, I can do this. Okay, here goes.
Really? Starts off that slow.
BMX Bandit, you're doing it. I can't believe I'm still airborne. Yes, it's remarkable. It really is. This is the longest job I or anybody else on a BMX has ever performed.
It's a real testimony to your BMXing skills.
I can't believe I'm able to have this quite long conversation with you. That's apparently flying at me. Oh, I get it. You shit! You summoned a load of invisible freaking angels to support me.
Well, only a couple. It's still mainly you, honestly.
Call them off.
Why not look on them as backup?
Call them off now. I can do this. I'm the BMX bandit.
All right, then.
Yeah, thanks for believing in me, mate. You see, I'm absolutely Tune in next week for the all-new adventures of Angel Summoner and Gincana Girl.
One of those.
Sugarlumps.
Right.
Anyway, the burning wheel equivalent is a mule to BMX.
Yeah, the badass mule skills.
Yeah, it's like I'm popping a mule wheelie over here.
Okay, so anyway, back to the game.
Yeah.
So you guys are carrying the last few pieces of treasure into the cart. You're loading them up. You're getting ready to head out. Anything else you guys want to do while you're in here?
I wanted to take a really close look at my hammer and maybe even bring it over to my dad.
Okay. So, what, are you wanting to inspect the hammer yourself, or are you wanting your father to look at it?
I'm going to need his help because I don't have his abilities to read runes and things like that. So I'm going to just take it over to him.
Okay.
Father, I don't know what you know about this hammer. I know it's a family hammer. But is there any secret about this hammer that's not apparent on the surface?
Let me take a look.
And I'm like feeling along it for like maybe runes or like some kind of something hidden maybe, or hoping maybe there's moon runes of some kinds. There's something special about this weapon. Like, otherwise, why would it be here near the horde?
Right. So, your father, he's holding his hand, he takes a look at it, and he says, well, son, in taking a look at this hammer, I can tell you, one, why it's here. It was here because it was stolen by the orcs. A horde of orcs stole the family treasure and stashed it here a long time ago. But as far as secrets, I am not sure. As I've told you, your great-grandfather and I did not get along too well, so there wasn't much that this man shared with me.
Lay your hands on it. Tell me. Read it. Is there anything special about this hammer?
And so he takes the hammer and he holds it up by one of the torches. He's taking a look. He's taking a good look at it. And I'm gonna have him. Bye. Oh shit. Okay. Bye. So he takes a look at it, and I'm gonna have him roll his secret wise. Let's see if he can discern anything.
Hang on. I might help him. I want to help him. I can't. I'd be useless. I would only confound him. I don't.
Okay.
Observation, King.
No.
Would champion-wise be able to tell what other special abilities his grandfather might have possessed?
Nope.
Well then.
Observation.
I will fork in one from symbology. Because obviously there are going to be designs on it. as we all know, doors and in rooms and stuff. So,
Everyone come over. My father is going to tell us something about this hammer.
your father glares at you whenever you draw attention. When you draw attention, he just stares at you.
Oh.
I'm gonna notice that and just stay where I'm
This
at.
should be a secret.
I need breathing room, son. You can't just
Yeah.
call everybody over.
After that, I just like. Just look
Go, go, shh, shh, go, go,
James
go.
turns around, he's like, everybody back as you were.
As you were.
He's just looking at it. He's just holding it.
I'm kind of like salivating.
Let's see. What properties could this thing have? I said an obstacle and.
I mean, I know that it fills me with the knowledge to wield it when I hold it.
Right.
And when I wield it, it's almost effortless. Like, it doesn't really... I don't feel like I get any stronger swinging it.
He lifts his wallet like in
But
the.
that's all I know about it. And it's a very fine make.
Right.
But does it possess any spiritual quality? Can it absorb power? Can it unleash power? Can it... If I leave it in the sun, what will happen? If I... You know, is there anything above and beyond about this hammer? Or is it just a mundane, well-crafted hammer imbued with some sort of knowledge to use it? I want there to be more. You know, we're fighting an opponent that, you know, of immeasurable strength, and we need a weapon of immeasurable strength.
So, the father takes the hammer. He looks at it. He holds it up and down, and he's turning it, and he's kind of tossing it in the air, catching it to see its weight. And your father kind of raises his eyebrows a little bit as he's studying the outlines and studying the markings, and he turns it over and he's looking actually up under where the head is, where the handle connects to the head of the mountain, and he sees an inscription. He pulls out some fine little reading glasses and he puts them on, and he's holding it up and he's kind of reading it, and he starts reading the chant.
Okay.
A little bit
I'm gonna be like watching. I'm gonna be watching our backs, like looking over my shoulder, make sure nobody sees this.
So he's reading, and you know, much like with the stone, he seems to kind of lose himself in what he's doing. He starts chanting louder and louder, and as he's chanting, you notice that he's not looking at the hammer anymore. That the hammer he's slowly raising it as he's chanting. And finally, when he gets to the end of his phrase, he shouts. And you see just a flash of light.
Ugh.
And it blinds everybody.
Not
And then
gonna
you look at the hammer, and
and
he's still holding the hammer. And everybody's kind of looking around, trying to see what's going on. He looks rather tired. And he's just kind of sitting there, catching his breath, holding the hammer in his hand, like kind of hunched over.
Oh my goodness, Father. Like, can I get you anything? Are you okay?
And he shakes his head. He just shakes his head, and he stands up and he gathers himself. He just says, watch. He takes the hammer in his hand and he rears back and throws it as hard and as far as he can into the darkness at a pillar, just a rock pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And it hits the pillar and explodes.
Whoa.
Then he holds his hand up again and he says a word and the hammer magically reappears in his hand.
Whoa. What just happened?
That's a boomerang.
That's
game.
black magic.
That's a boomerang. game.
Black
Is this magic evil or is it holy?
Your father can make objects appear in his hand.
Well, the hammer, your father starts to explain. He said, well, what I could read from the
That's
inscription
what I would take from it.
is that the hammer it is just magical. It is neither holy nor evil. It just has returning runes on it, which means when you throw it, you shout the phrase and it will return to your hand. But I did discover a little more about this hammer. So, he's explaining it all. And you need to mark down on the hammer. It is... What did we say your grandfather's name was?
Banrun.
Banrun. Banrun's mighty Orc-Bane hammer.
God damn it. It's always gotta be the orcs.
The hammer gives you a B5 hammer skill. But again, you still can't advance while you're using it. The hammer can be thrown, and all you have to do is utter the phrase, and it will return to you. And you can decide what that phrase is or what the word is. It gives you +1 pip of damage to all orcs. And while you are holding the hammer, it gives you +1 to your steel rolls.
Who needs advancement with that?
Wow.
That's pretty beastly.
But I hope we're finding some orcs.
Father, I thank you for your time in examining this.
He just waves you off like he's got more important things to do.
Okay.
No, no.
I'm not going to bother him.
If you like, give me a damn power, and he's like, fuck, you found my weakness. All you have to do is ask.
That was
It's like
the main thing I wanted to get accomplished. To start off with, I don't want to take up all the spotlight.
Yep, alright, anything else anybody else wants to do?
While he was doing all that, and before we got blind for a split second, I was just maintaining my armor, getting ready for the trip.
Alright.
I'm muttering in my head, seeking direction for my new master, if possible.
Is it like, it's daytime, right?
You haven't gone outside
The
yet.
orcs walk out.
Well, I get like, I asked, I don't know who I would ask.
I'll go out.
Does anybody have like a freaking cloak or something? Because it wouldn't matter, I'm going to have to go out there anyway.
I don't have, no,
Like,
all I
not a
got is
cloak, but
traveling
just
gear.
even like a sheet. Because I don't want to be in the light directly if I don't have.
I can hand you my rain jacket. I think that comes in the traveling gear.
Oh, that's whatever.
I want it back if it starts raining.
Fine. I put that on.
Alright, you're going to put that on?
Yeah.
Okay, mark it down into the gear that you have.
Is it day? Is it daylight?
You don't know.
Oh, okay.
You've been in the cave for quite some time.
All right.
Oh, so all the carts are in the
Wait, you
cave
said
with
it's
us?
in the
Yeah,
traveling
they're
gear?
in the beginning
No,
of the
I
cave.
have traveling gear, so I have it.
Okay, alright, cool. Take my rain
You're in
jacket.
the mouth of the cave.
Can I take my rope? Can I take my rain jacket?
I need to. I asked for it.
Does anyone have any instincts?
So,
Yeah, that's why I was maintaining my armor.
Okay.
as Sam is sitting there pondering the things that have happened to him. He hears a voice, and he's not sure where it's coming from. He's looking around. Roll your perception, Brent.
What's happening? Perception.
We're looking at an op 4.
Whoa. 2. I got 3.
You got 3. So,
6s aren't open-ended or anything like that, right?
no, no perception. So, you're not quite sure where it's coming from. You're kind of searching around. You're starting to look a little frantic. And the voice is just calling your name over and over and over again.
Can I make an observation to see if
Brent, Sam, is like starting to freak out. Like he's starting to like hold his hands to his head, and he's like, like there's just something going on. He's just not sure what it is.
Okay.
I call out to him?
Find him.
You want to call out to him? All right, go ahead. Go ahead and call to him.
Find him.
You're acting weirder than normal.
I'll find him.
Seems pretty normal to me.
Yeah.
I'm just standing there sharpening my knife. Yep.
Look in disbelief. Well, not so sure about that. But I believe you for now.
I'm just collecting my thoughts.
Face starts melting.
Yeah.
So the voice comes back, and it says his name again, but he says it firm this time. He only says it once. He says Samuel.
L. Jackson.
If you have not figured it out by now, you're the only person who can hear this. This is your master, Zig, speaking to you.
Do I have to talk out loud for you to hear me?
He says, no, shut your mouth.
I can hear you.
So, he's explained to you a few things. He's letting you know that, Zig says, I can speak with you through your mind, and you can do the same with me. But you need to know that your thoughts are not hidden to me. I know what you are thinking at all times. So, if you were thinking of any tricks to try and get away from me, just know that I will find you. If somehow we are separated, or if I bid you to go do something for me, I will give you a word that you can speak, and it will alert me. Think of it as just a call. When you speak this word, I will know when it is spoken. I will know the exact spot that it is spoken. I can find you. Wherever you speak this word, I will appear. If that is your wish.
You need direction from me, Master?
Not at the moment. The word is Sif.
Just remember, just letting you know, you're my bitch.
He says that is one of the many names that I go by.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
dog.
sneezed.
Yeah, it's like he sneezed and farted at the same time. And it scared him.
Who's that?
Okay.
Okay. I don't think it should be even number.
I'm like waving my hand in front of Sam's face.
Is he like just zoning out?
Yeah. Like, something is not right with you. Are you okay?
No.
I guess.
That means no.
What do you mean you guess? Do you need water? Do you need a fan?
I'll take some
You
water.
need some hard drink.
I'll take some water for sure.
Get this man water.
It's one of the dwarves that you tattled on to your dad and comes over with a water skin. He just tosses it to him. Doesn't hand it to him. Doesn't get close. Just kind of tosses it to him. And he's keeping a wary eye on Sam the whole time.
Smell that before you drink it. Dwarves are known to keep whiskey in their packs.
That's actually fine right now.
It could be Prius.
Alright, so I'm gonna drink this water, collect my thoughts, stand up, and try to act a little sane for a little bit.
All right. Twinkle, anything you want to do?
Send me. Yep. I'm going to get on one of the gold carts, put my feet up, and be like, "We're get the fuck out of here."
Okay.
You say go-kart?
So we're all heading over to the carts.
Yeah, we're all getting in the carts. Your father, Renthar, stands up and he's like, "All right, everyone. It is time to start this expedition and return what is rightfully ours to the city, so that it may all be accounted for." And as he says that, he hops up into the cart, and he looks to his right, and he sees that Twinkles is kicked back.
I'm not even looking at anybody. I just got my
Beside him.
raincoat up, and I'm just chilling. Wait until we start.
So,
He looks at me and I see him. I nod my head.
You don't see him. Your eyes are still closed.
He's gonna hit me.
I was about to say, I'm kind of gonna tap him and be like, I think you're on the king's cart.
Roll your power.
What? I'm not gonna beat him.
But this is how bad you're gonna hit the ground. Just what you're rolling for then.
Your ass is now in your
Wait. Could I?
You can't
if
fork
he's-
anything in.
No. If he's hitting me, could I let him hit me or push me and just roll out of it like whatever?
You could, but why would you waste the test?
He has given you a power test.
Not if I use my agility to look cool.
You can't use your agility.
Okay. Just saying.
You could just let him push you and just.
Yeah, you could. You could just let him push you.
You don't have to test. You know,
That's
you could
what
have a
I'm
good
doing.
reason to just not push back.
I do need power. I don't know who's pushing me, so
Yeah, your eyes are closed.
yeah. Hopefully I actually fail and not piss him off.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, and I can use a fate if I get 6, right?
Yes, you could, if you want
If you're gonna use persona, you gotta say so now.
No, so, but I'll use a fate.
Yeah, worth it.
What'd you get?
3.
You got a 3. So, as Renthar gets up in the car, he looks over at the orc.
Didn't notice
He
anything.
kind of scoots over an arm's length of the orc. And tries to shove him off of the cart really quickly to kind of catch him off guard. And as soon as his hands touch the orc grabs onto Renthar's arm and just holds on.
Alright, I'm gonna start walking over there now.
Like, oh, you're just trying to wake me up. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Renthar's still staring at you kind of hard.
I'm playing it off.
He's like, yeah, I was just trying to wake you up. That's what's happening.
Ready to go?
Twinkles, sit with me. Come on.
Now I'm good where I'm at.
I don't think you're good where you're at. I don't think you're good where you're at.
So Renthar picks up the whip, cracks the whip on the mules, and his
Wait.
cart starts to roll out. So,
Okay.
I'll start paying attention.
Before that happened. Okay. No, go ahead.
Okay.
now go ahead. What are you going to say?
Well, I wanted to say something.
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to step forth and stand up on one of the carts and hold my hands out and say, we've come a long way. The journey is not over yet. We have a long way to go. Don't get comfortable. Okay? Now, you may have noticed, and I certainly noticed, a lot of people shoving gold in their own pockets. did that, you are taking away from the overall reward that everyone splits up at the end. To show that you are trustworthy, let's all empty our pockets, add to the hoard. If you do not wish to do that, you may keep the gold you have picked up and shoved in your own sacks as your reward. And but you won't get a cut of the final count.
I don't remember how to put gold in my pockets.
It is fine. It is fine to take the gold that you hold. But if we're all in this together, I believe it would be prompt and right
And I'll do what he says.
for us to hoard the pile together, so that when it is split fairly, and no one will argue over anyone taking a bit extra here and there.
I'll take this this really shiny gold cup from my sack and be like, I'm sorry, it's so beautiful.
So sorry.
And I'll put it on a gold pile.
I'm gonna reach.
Rithar nods his approval at the orc doing that.
All right.
He seems to be put a little more at ease.
And I apologize to Bardor. Like,
No apologies necessary. We were all just, sort of happy with the hoard we found, but I thought this would be sensible.
I'm gonna reach in and make sure that when I dove headfirst into all that gold, that nothing got in my pockets.
Do a little jangle.
Yeah, make sure there's nothing in there. If there was, I'm gonna take it out also.
But if Bardor or his father looks at me, I'm going to say the only jewelry or accessories that touch my hand is the insignia I gave to your father.
Yep.
Hey, you didn't do any work?
Yep.
And I take the gems that the dwarves like. Didn't we take the 4 gems?
yeah, but your father.
Your father has them.
The only
He has them.
Yeah, he has the bag. We only.
Yeah, your dad has the gem.
Okay, fine. It's cool. Okay. Does everyone agree that we will split the reward at the end?
fine with that.
Zig is
Very
still
well.
just leaning up against the car, hands in his pocket. He's not even paying attention to you.
Okay. Zig. Let's discuss the matter of Zig all at once together now, shall we?
What do
If
you want?
you will all look at Zig for a moment, you will see that he has his hands in his pockets.
They've been there the whole time.
Wish
When
I.
he joined us, I swore an oath to him that I would outfit him in my finest armor, sparing no expense, in return for his help. And he's been kicking his feet the entire time.
Yeah, he actually didn't help us.
Do we deem him worthy of a share of the reward?
Zig sends a telepathic message to Sam and says, play along.
Okay.
Play along with the dwarf.
Zig, I ask you, why have you been kicking your feet and not helping with the horde?
Yeah, kicking your feet and stuff.
Zig just stares at you. And he says, well, we've yet to come to any sort of obstacle that requires my particular set of talents.
So you are saying you have been waiting for your opportunity.
Oh, of course. And as far as I can recall,
He's on patrol
as
duty.
far as I can remember, pretty sure we still have to go back to the town, so this whole trip isn't over, is it, dwarf?
Yeah, I want to turn to Bardor and say he is with the humans. Remember, they're on patrol, protecting the gold. They get a 5% cut, but other than that, he's only getting 5% that he has to split with his comrades and the armor that you promised him. That's all he basically asked for.
I'm kind of on the fence about this.
But bear in mind, Zig, we all know there's something very special about you, and I expect you to show us what that is when the time comes.
You expect from me.
Yeah.
I do. I swear you an oath.
As in, I owe it to you.
You and I had a discussion. I swore you an oath. If you stand to not care about the reward, then so be it. No reward will come to you. Otherwise, we're in this together.
Zig picks himself up from the cart and walks over to you. He's within an arm's length of you. And he takes his hand and puts his hand straight up in the air, puts his other hand on his chest, and does a ridiculously over-the-top low bow, and his head is basically touching the ground. And in the most sarcastic manner that he can muster, he says, "As you wish, O fearless leader." Still bent over.
So stupid. That's ridiculous.
Bardor is thinking. He's like, I don't know if I can settle for that. He doesn't say that.
I chuckle. It doesn't seem
The
very.
humans are kind of laughing. The humans are kind of giggling over there.
All right. All dwarves bear witness to this man's sarcasm. In the end, I swore him an oath to outfit him. But mark this moment and remember that my oath may not be valid to this man.
I understand.
Why can't we be
But
friends?
maybe he'll live up to what he proclaims anyway.
Zig bows again.
Zig, stop being an ass. Sam said that.
He bows again.
I think.
And he says, "You are right. What a gracious host to allow me to help you on your quest."
I'm just going to look over at Bardor and be like, ignore this man. He clearly has no etiquette and is an ass.
You know, the dwarves don't tolerate dissension very well. I understand. It must be in your mannish nature to behave this way. Now, I mark that I don't understand you very well, and we'll leave it at that. Perhaps it's my own fault.
Trait. He interrupts you. He says, "If my mannish traits bother you so much, and if I have such poor manners, why don't you teach me a lesson? Oh, great and powerful dwarf."
I interrupt.
Let's not do this here.
Who said? He never said he was great. He never said he was powerful. He just lives up to his word, which we expect you to do also. Now let's go. Say that.
Turns and stares at the orc and says, "Silence. This does not concern you."
Concern me. Well, you're holding up the
Test
the
your
whole
speed.
party.
The whole party.
The whole party. This is
I'm going to test my speed
Hard.
also.
Yeah, I'm going to say we're all in this together, right?
What do you roll for?
I'm trying to get my
Conversation concerns us all, Zig.
Oh, it's true. He's in the middle of an action right now.
Okay.
Saying do I need to roll perception to pick up on that, or can I try to get in between them?
No, Zig won't let you.
All right.
I was playing long, Zig.